I'm Diane Sims. I just started interning a month ago, so I feel like I've kind of crashed this, and I'm glad I did because the food was so awesome. I'll be here until November. What I'm working on is to help coordinate an ocean literacy summit. So the summit's going to be run by an organization called NEOSAC, which is New England Ocean Science Education Collaborative. It's actually 58 organizations in New England, and the New England Aquarium is the host. So one of the employees here, my supervisor, part of her job is being the NEOSAC program manager. So with this summit, the reason I wanted to do this internship was I just graduated in May from UMass Boston with an environmental science degree. And I thought, wow, what an opportunity to learn about all the different organizations in New England, learn about them through doing the summit with the 58 of them. So working with Amy, my supervisor, she has pulled together a lot of it even before I started here, but we organized the task list and now we're just executing on it. And it's just a lot of diverse things to put together a 2-day summit that's going to have over 200 people from throughout New England. So some of the things I've worked on, like today, we had the registration opened on the 1st of the month and we ran our first report today. And looking at the report, I thought, okay, the things we're going to want to track for the event, it's going to be really hard to do with how we have set up the questions. So on the fly, I went into the website, which we had a demo of yesterday, and it's like, all right, if I structure the questions this way, our responses will be something we can actually work with. So I went in and did that. Another intern who was just here for a few weeks had started a social media campaign. So I went in and she started it. I'm working on finishing it, but really to push out a message every day on our Facebook and our Twitter site to kind of drum up business for the summit, and doing that by having a message on each of our 58 members. So saying something about them and then encouraging people to register for the summit. So it's been interesting. I'm really looking forward to being here through November and then getting to attend the summit and really getting to interact with people in person. In the back there, the guy in the very back. What are the major goals? Yeah. So the summit is all about ocean literacy. There are ocean literacy principles that were developed by this big international group some years ago. And the theme for this summit is ocean literacy principle number 2, which is how the ocean and animals in the ocean transform the earth. So things how the way the ocean can say transform the earth is, about faults in the ocean and how at some continental boundaries, the faults are kind of pushing into the continent, creating new land. So that's one example. Another is when you have shells that get deposited, they turn into rock. The rock gets uplifted. So things like that. So the speakers that have been chosen and the panelists are focusing primarily on that ocean literacy principle. But what's important with this whole organization is really the combination of science and education, bringing the two together. So that's a big feature of it too. The guy right there, yes.
You said part of the reason that you took the internship was to sort of get to know the organizations in the area. What organization did you think was the most interesting?
Well, actually, I find the aquarium pretty interesting. So that's the one I've started with. There's actually several government organizations that are involved. So the Mass government has a couple of organizations like Fish and Wildlife, the Massachusetts Bay Estuary Protection Program. I find that pretty interesting. I find government work interesting because, we kind of, or at least people I know, will poo-poo government and say bureaucratic, awful, horrible. They help protect the environment. So I'm interested in learning more about the government organizations. You right there. I'm sorry, can you speak up and